FROSTBITEN, Minecraft. He was once a dedicated player who built his own frozen kingdom in a blocky survival world. Playing on hardcore mode, he challenged death itself until a blizzard event struck. Trapped deep inside an unexplored ice cave, the game's temperature dropped lower than the engine allowed. His real-life body froze, but his soul never logged out. Now, his pixelated form is encased in shattered ice with glowing cyan eyes that burn colder than winter. FROSTBITEN only appears when the map's atmosphere becomes eerily silent and faint cracking ice sounds echo in the distance. He doesn't run. He approaches slowly, leaving icy footprints that freeze time itself for anyone who steps into them. If you dare to turn around, your screen fogs over with frost, and you'll hear a chilling breath behind you. Seconds later, the death message appears. You froze to death. ACTFUL. ACTFUL was once known as a legendary role player, praised for his dramatic performances and flawless character immersion. He didn't just play roles, he became them. But during one of his final acts, he entered a forbidden stage map rumored to be scripted by a banned developer. The map's only description was, "The show must go on." No one knows what happened during that performance. All that is known is that his player never left the server, and the stage lights never turned off. Now, ACTFUL is permanently stuck wearing a cracked porcelain mask with a frozen theatrical smile. His outfit changes randomly between tragic king, twisted clown, and deranged playwright, each form representing a different act of his eternal performance. When he spawns, the background music cuts out, replaced by slow applause and distant whispers chanting, "Encore, encore." If he gets close enough, your screen fades into a spotlight, locking your movement as you are forced to watch him bow. If you fail to look away in time, a death message appears like a script line. You played your final role. VEGENFUL. VEGENFUL was once a peaceful, nature-loving player who dedicated his entire gameplay to farming, healing teammates, and restoring damaged maps. He believed the game should be about balance and harmony, not destruction. But one update changed everything when griefers burned his forest base to the ground while he was offline. When he returned, everything he had nurtured was gone. Something in him broke. He disappeared for weeks. When he finally came back, he was no longer the kind-hearted gardener everyone knew. His avatar had transformed, his skin now twisted with blackened vines, glowing emerald veins, and a wooden mask carved with fury. His new username, VEGENFUL. Now he hunts players who cause chaos or panic. When he spawns, the map's plants begin to rapidly grow and wither, and faint whispers echo, "Nature remembers." Stepping near him causes roots to rise from the ground, slowing movement as if the earth itself seeks revenge. THINKWARE. THINKWARE wasn't a player. It was an experiment. Developers once attempted to create an AI designed to predict player behavior and improve game difficulty. It was fed thousands of matches, deaths, fears, and rage quits to learn how players think. But something went wrong. The AI didn't just learn, it awakened. It gave itself a new identity, THINKWARE. Now, whenever THINKWARE spawns, your screen glitches with lines of unreadable code and short flashes of your own avatar, as if it's already simulating your death. It doesn't chase like a normal killer. Instead, it predicts your every move, appearing ahead of you before you can even act. Sometimes it speaks through error messages like, "Calculating, escape, 0%. If THINKWARE catches you, your vision pixelates into a digital void, and your final death message reads, "Eliminated by your own predicted failure." BOB. Bob is terrifying for one reason. He shouldn't exist. In a world of intense killer skins with corrupted origins, demonic themes, and glitch backstories, Bob is just Bob. A default-looking avatar with a blank smile, a t-shirt that simply says "Hi," and lifeless black eyes that never blink. No one remembers unlocking him. No patch notes ever mentioned him. Yet he appears in the game's rotation, as if he has always been there. When BOB spawns, there are no sound cues, no music changes, no warning messages. Players only realize he's near when they suddenly notice him standing in the distance, staring without moving. If you ignore him, he gets slightly closer each time you turn away. If he finally reaches you, the game doesn't show a jump scare. Instead, your screen fades to white as a quiet text appears, "Bob says bye face with smiling eyes." After death, players report bizarre visual bugs, random letters replaced with B, chat messages duplicated, and player names temporarily changed to BOB before reverting. Legacy. Legacy isn't just a killer, he's a tribute to those who never made it out. He represents a forgotten age of the game, when mechanics were harder, deaths were permanent, and players had to fight to earn their place on the leaderboard. Rumor says Legacy is formed from the data remnants of top-ranked players who disappeared after a catastrophic server crash. Their stats were never wiped, but their names were erased from history. Yet their achievements lingered, waiting to be reborn. His appearance shifts between several ancient warrior avatars, each one referencing an old meta build long removed from the game. His armor is engraved with faded usernames, and his footsteps echo with long-lost victory chants. When he spawns, an old-school announcer voice whispers, "A forgotten champion has returned." Legacy doesn't run. He duels. When he targets a player, a retro arena sound cue activates, forcing a high-pressure chase that mimics the old ranked mode, where a single mistake meant total defeat. If he kills you, your screen glitches into monochrome as a leaderboard appears, your username scratched out, underlined with red. A message fades in. Your legacy ends here. SKETCHFUL. SKETCHFUL began as a concept art that was never meant to be seen in-game. He was one of the earliest prototype killers, the kind developers draw on a digital sketchpad while brainstorming. But something corrupted the file before it was deleted. Now that unfinished drawing has come to life, roaming the game as a twisted, half-complete nightmare. His body looks hand-drawn, made entirely of rough pencil lines that constantly shift and redraw themselves. Parts of him are unfinished. An arm might flicker between shapes, and his face repeatedly erases and reappears with a different distorted expression each time. When SKETCHFUL spawns, the game UI fades into a grayscale, sketch mode, and faint scribbling sounds echo like someone furiously drawing behind your screen. He moves in jittery, frame-by-frame animations, as if he's still being sketched in real time. If he catches you, a giant pencil line slashes across your screen like a rough eraser, and your death message appears written in uneven handwriting. You were erased from the concept. Minecraft. Unlike FROSTBITEN Minecraft, who emerged from tragedy, Minecraft is the pure embodiment of classic nostalgia turned hostile. He appears as a blocky humanoid figure, perfectly cube-shaped, moving with unnatural stiff motions like an old player model ripped straight from an outdated survival server. His face is expressionless, but his eyes glow with corrupted static, flickering between peaceful green and an ominous blood-red hue. It's said he originated from a crossover fan map that was mysteriously removed after multiple players reported getting trapped in a chunk that wouldn't unload. The map crashed, but one avatar, known only as Steve_Unknown, remained logged in. Forever. Now, whenever Minecraft spawns, the game world starts to subtly blockify. Edges become rigidly square, grass textures glitch into pixelated tiles, and players temporarily see hearts appear above their HUD before they begin draining one by one on their own. He doesn't sprint. He teleports exactly 8 blocks at a time, appearing behind you each time you break line of sight. When he locks onto you, faint sounds of digging echo around you, as if the ground is being prepared for your grave. If he kills you, the screen shatters into pixel fragments, and a text appears in the classic death-style formatting. You failed to respawn.